Canadian mining maverick Frank Giustra has founded multiple billion-dollar resource companies and in his free time managed to start Lionsgate Entertainment, one of the world's biggest independent film studios. But after a long hiatus, he's coming back to focus on his first love, gold. He joins us today in studio. Frank Giustra, welcome back to the show.
Thanks. Nice to be back.
It's not really a hiatus you were on, though, right? I feel like you never really left the gold space.
Oh, I never left the gold space. It left us for a while. It just got very quiet, so there was very little to do, but I kept my gold stocks.
I watched a recent interview you did in Vancouver at the Resource Investment Conference, where you mentioned that you feel gold is managed.
Yes.
Do you believe that the gold market is manipulated?
No, I don't think manipulated is a very strong term. I do believe it is managed, and it's managed by the policymakers that need to keep confidence in a system when the system starts to go sideways. And I think any major spike in a gold price undermines confidence in the financial system. And I think that there are many players, including Wall Street players, the Fed, government, that would see that as a bad thing. So I think it is talked down, and it has been talked down by a number of Fed officials, that gold is not money, that they don't understand gold, and all sorts of things are said to make gold sound like that barbaric relic that does not belong in a portfolio. And I think that has worked in North America. I don't think it's worked in other parts of the world. There are still many buyers of physical gold in Asia and other places that continue to buy, but here in North America it has worked. And then I think that gold has been seen as something that's not important in a portfolio. And I think that it is managed, and the expectations and the views of gold are managed.
So if you feel it is managed, what keeps you in the space then?
Because ultimately, when everything else goes wrong, which it will, in one way or another, gold will be the only real asset left that will also act not only as a store of value, but as a currency. It is a currency. It has been a currency for a very long time. And I think that every portfolio should own gold. A bit of it. It's your hedge against the world going bonkers, and the world is going bonkers right now, and at all sorts of levels.
But you know, we're seeing right now as we speak, gold's around 1248, gold, silver's at 16 and a half. But we're not seeing, as you mentioned, the physical buying, at least in North America. People are not touching these metals at these prices.
Right. There's still a tremendous amount of belief that the system will continue. There's a tremendous amount of belief that the new administration will implement policies that will reflate the economy, such as infrastructure spending, tax cuts, rollback of regulations, all of these things that were promised by the Trump campaign. As you might remember, when he was elected, there was a tremendous rally in the equity markets, and I think that it's my view that a lot of that is just not going to happen. Most of it's not going to happen. I don't see any of it happening. I think the entire system is deadlocked, and so you're not going to see anything that's going to change the economy such that we're going to see the kind of growth that we saw way in the past. I think we're going to see subpar growth for a long, long time. This is a new normal now. This is Japan 30 years ago, and I don't see much that's going to change it. And I think that easy money policy is here to stay in one way or another, and they'll call it different names, but it's here to stay. All this conversation about raising rates is not going to happen. Whatever happens will be insignificant, and then any sign of trouble, it will be rolled back. So I think we're in a very long period of just creating another accident, which is ready to happen anytime.
I know that you've said that you speak of this bull market of something of a long time ago, but you're confident that it is coming back for gold.
The gold, yeah, absolutely. I think that what you saw from 2011 till about a year or so ago was a hiatus, much like you saw in the mid-70s. You know, gold had its major bull market from 71 to 80, but in around 73, 74, it took a 50%, like an almost 100% correction. And now this time it lasted longer, and I think it was a result of just so much liquidity being put into the system. They're free money in essence. And what did all those people do with that free money? Buy stocks, buy real estates. It really didn't help the economy much, but it made a lot of people very rich.
So where do you feel that the gold price should be sitting?
I don't know. I've never predicted the gold price. I just think that you will see it change course and it will surprise everybody. And I don't know what that number is. I don't think anybody does. I think when you're picking numbers out of thin air. It's meaningless. But I think we will see gold surpass its old highs of 2011.
Well, are you all in mining stocks or are you also in physical gold?
Physical gold. I think there are only two areas that I truly believe in. Physical gold, because you can see it, you can touch it, and you can store it. And gold mining stocks, because if you're buying the right companies, you know the gold is in the ground. What I am leery of is paper gold. The $10 trillion worth of paper gold that was traded last year, which is 233 times the amount of the physical gold trade, is ridiculous. And who knows where the underlying gold is and who's got a claim on it? I have no way of telling. I think that's great for trading, but I would certainly not use it as an investment vehicle.